Me a ghost story that sounds completely unbelievable but is entirely true.
So I am so fascinated by ghosts. I've been on the Old City Jail in St. Augustine tour, After Dark tour twice now, and it's absolutely a. If you want to feel like you're on a paranormal investigation team, that is a cool experience in general to get a hands-on vibe of that. But the story I'm going to share was when I realized that what I was seeing could be seen by other people. So people share ghost stories all the time, and they're always talking about seeing ghosts at night. And that confused me because the ghost I was seeing was during the day, a lot. And it was the house next door where my uncle and aunt lived. Now, I'm like 13, 14, 15 doing all this. And I kept seeing an old man ghost. And sometimes when I babysat my little cousins, he'd be in the house and disappear. Or when I was playing outside, I'd see him just like watching me from the corner of the house or something. It was very creepy. But I knew that a baby had died in that house and an old man who owned the house had passed away from a heart attack or something there. And sometimes my aunt talked about hearing a baby crying downstairs, or thought it was her baby, but the baby was always sound asleep. Yeah. So it was maybe 1, 2 in the afternoon. We live in Florida. And this is, to give you kind of an idea, this is 1950s, mirror image, cedar wood frame homes built in a rush to provide housing for Orange Grove Packers and fruit, because that's what my family grew up with. I was like 8th generation on the same road. It originally started as a clay road. So there's a lot of history there, and it used to be called Rattlesnake Ridge back in the 1800s, late 1800s, and then eventually evolved into what you guys know as the outskirts of Winter Garden, where it butts up against Ocoee and Windermere. And I'm out there, I'm talking to my uncle, and I keep peering off over his shoulder. And there's the old man watching me have this conversation with my uncle. And I don't even remember what we were talking about. I do remember clearly thinking to myself, because for a long time, seeing all these things, and particularly the same entity, we have paranoid schizophrenia, schizo in our family. So I'm thinking, oh, maybe that's what's happening to me. So I'm trying to focus on the conversation, and I'm thinking, oh crap, it's happening again. And I keep glancing over, because the old man, he doesn't just sit still. He's like invested in what we're talking about. And finally, my uncle picks up that I keep looking behind him. And I will never forget the sensation. The drop, that skipping a heartbeat, gut, like a lead weight hitting, in the gut, of when my uncle turned around and then goes, "Can I help you, sir?" What? And I'm thinking, like the relief that then followed, right? And then he started giving chase to the old guy. So I'm hot on his heels. I'm like, I gotta see how this is going to end up, because I know he's a ghost. But does my uncle know? And I watched as my uncle came around the corner of that house where the back door was. The back door flung open. And we're talking about one of those back doors that was sticking, that you had to kick against. And the old man just was gone. And he checked the house. He looked around. He goes, "You did see the old man that was here?" And I said, "I see him all the time." And that's when I poured my heart out about this crazy old man ghost that haunts their house, that I keep seeing, and thought I was losing my mind. So you're probably wondering what happened after that. They managed to live there for a few years. My aunt and uncle got a divorce. He stayed in the house. But I'm pretty sure they left because he woke up one night to the old man leaning over him or at the door, I can't remember which, saying, "Get out." And that was the end of the house, and it ended up being torn down. So it's a pretty incredible story. It's crazy, but it's true. It happened. I thought I was losing my mind, but when my uncle turned around and was like, "Can I help you, sir?" Whoa, that's when I realized that maybe what I was seeing were ghosts.